you know.
It's all good. All right.
Okay.
It's record. Yep, it's recording.
Okay, cool. So what I was saying earlier was that this was going to happen because and this is like this is a very this is a very normal thing that happens, Weston. And what it was we merged kind of late. We merged the branches from last week a little bit late. So you had created your feature branch that you two are working on right now from main before those changes were merged into main. So it doesn't contain like the updated main basically.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that's inherently what's happening. And all conflicts are two things existing on the same line of code and Git not knowing which one is supposed to be there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all it is. The word conflict it does sort of can sound kind of negative, but it's nothing that you did that anybody did wrong. This is just like things that happen while we're working on like the same code base. So yeah, so Weston, do you want to share your screen and we'll walk through how to fix this?
Sure.
All right, Weston, you should be able to share your screen now. Sorry, I just updated the permissions.
Okay, so so first of all, do you have the most current version of main on your local machine? On your local?
I believe so.
Okay.
Oops.
Okay, cool. And I would just get pulled just in case, like it's I usually just do that in case. Okay, right. So the first thing, like Weston just did, was check out main, pull main, just in case there were any new changes, and you're going to check out your feature branch again. Oh, Weston, let's do something. I want to show you like a quick shortcut.
Perfect.
So do git checkout and then a hyphen. Space hyphen, yeah. And that's going to take you right back to the previous branch you were on.
Ah, very cool. Thank you.
Yeah. So if you're switching back and forth between main and your working branch, you can do git checkout hyphen, and it'll flip back and forth. Just so you don't have like a little bit less typing.
Yeah, super cool. Thanks. Okay.
So now that we are back on your branch, you should be able to run git merge main. Or no, so I'm sorry, git rebase. Git merge is like what I do currently at work. Okay, cool. So this is what we're seeing here is we have, let's see.
So this is the incoming changes that we made, and this is what we didn't have pulled from main.
Right. So now it's basically we basically need to determine which one we want to keep here, right? Okay. And I believe the blue is the incoming change and the green is what you currently have. Now the incoming change means this is incoming from main, right? And the green is what you currently have on your working branch.
Okay.
Does that sound right?
I think it might be flipped. This is the code that Tina and I just wrote on this feature branch, and then this is the to-do that came over from main, I think.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so let me first ask what do we all think we need to do here? Do we want to keep the green, which is, so you remember on those links above, it says accept current change, accept incoming change, accept both. So the current change would be the green. So do we want to keep the green or the blue in this case?
Yeah, I think in this case, we want to keep both, because this is just a comment and won't impact this code. This is what we want. This is our functionality for this week's issue, and then this is a comment that got merged in after we pulled the main. So we want to keep this comment for the future, I think.
Okay, yeah, I think that's probably what we want to do. So you can actually just click the accept both changes.
This guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's going to get rid of you know, those kind of like weird bracket deals. Now, if we look at, can you click on the left side of your screen? That, yeah, can we click there and see what we've got? All right, so oh, this is what you have to use. You still have to, you see like the fact that you have the white circle on list.jsx.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't saved the changes yet, so we want to save those changes.
Okay.
Right. Now that those changes are saved, we can add the changes. So we can, yeah. And then, yeah, we can commit those changes.
So is this is going to be an additional commit. So all of our previous commits on this branch still exist.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so what's happening is you're going to basically whatever the last commit on main is, everything that you're doing is going to be added to it.
Okay.
Right.
So would this just be like resolve merge conflict or?
Yeah, yeah, that's a good message.
Right.
Okay, now the thing that I was the flag that I was telling you about is you're gonna do a git push and dash f.
Okay.
So that is like the dash f is force. You're just telling it to like we're gonna put your commits ahead of main now.
Okay.
So that's all you have to do. Oh, sorry. Git push force.
Origin.
I think it should be origin main.
So git push. Right, does the F flag come after origin main?
Hold on a second. This is a little bit different than how I have done it. So
Or are we pushing to main or are we pushing to the feature branch?
you're going to push rebase main. Yeah, let me think about that for a second. Can you drop that? Can you copy the git push origin head name of remote branch into the chat? I just want to look that up real quick.
This guy?
Mm-hmm.
Oops. Sorry. This
No
is
problem.
not the computer that I usually use, so it's like driving a different car.
Yeah. Okay. So all I'm doing is I'm looking up this command. So it is a little bit different than how I've been doing it. So I just want to make sure that we're not doing anything weird. Yeah, sorry. So it's git push origin to your branch.
Okay. Like that?
1 second. Oops. Yes.
You're not currently in the branch.
What's that? Sorry, my screen is really small now. What's
Oh,
that?
it's still saying you are not currently on a branch. And so it's saying for now, because I guess is there a way to finish rebasing before we do this? Because it's saying that we're like, it's suggesting to use git push origin. It looks like it's saying if we're not on a list, so push to origin WNTF filter list from head colon and then the name of the remote branch.
Mm-hmm. One sec. Yeah, I'm looking up what's happening here. Hold on.
It's scary.
Okay. Okay. Um,
Do I need to run git rebase continue?
what's that?
Do I need to run git rebase continue?
That would be if we were doing interactive mode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And because this didn't, it didn't really require that, we didn't run interactive mode. So
Okay.
what you're suggesting, Weston, is that if it had to kind of go through and like rebase a bunch of commits, then we would tell it which ones to kind of like skip over and which ones to kind of keep, essentially.
Cool.
Let me, so to be honest, I haven't done this in a while, and I was kind of like going on this adventure with you, but let's try to let's see if we can abort this. So let's run git rebase -- abort and see if we can get out of this. Okay, cool. I think we reversed everything. Can we look at the branch that you were, or not the branch, but the
offending file?
Yeah. Okay.
This is as it was.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do it the way that I have been doing it. I'm pretty sure that will also work.
Okay.
Let's get merge main.
Do I need to do origin main or is just main? Okay.
I should be able to just do git merge with main. Yeah. Okay. So same thing that we saw before, right?
Okay.
I think it's the same, right?
This is actually, so the way that you were talking about before, where the current change was the code we just wrote, and then the incoming change
Got it.
is
Okay.
that to do.
Okay.
So it's the way you were saying now.
Yeah,
Well,
so maybe
wherever it's in.
maybe that was maybe that was like a very important difference here that I had forgotten. But we can keep both. Let's keep both in this case.
Okay.
All right. And let's go there. And you can have you done commits through the VS Code UI before?
Yes.
Okay. So let's add, well, yeah, let's do this. We can add and just do a git add and git commit. So first you'll save the changes, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can, so there's a plus sign on the left side of your screen there. Yep. So you can stage those changes, and there's already a commit message in there, and all you have to do is click the commit button.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And then you can just kind of click that sync button, and that's going to push the changes from main to your. Basically, we just fixed the conflicts. So
Okay.
yeah.
I apologize, but I need to read off. So
No problem.
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Right.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. So, sorry, Ernie, if you hung out for that.
I'm here.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to like go back and kind of play around and hang out with Weston and try to do this like through rebasing, which is like what
Yes.
he proposed, and I wanted to just like go with it. But it's been a while since I've rebased, so I think that was sort of like the issue that I was having, trying to figure out like what was going on with the rebase. And what I was saying earlier in Slack was that we have many different ways of fixing conflicts. Rebasing is one of them. We could have done it. I just didn't remember how to do it. I knew that we could do it with a merge. And we saw like how relatively painless it is to fix a merge conflict that way. There's another way, and you can actually do it through the GitHub UI, but I've never done it myself inside of GitHub. So yeah, there's a bunch of different ways to do it. It is scary. You saw that we hit a roadblock with the rebase, and we're able to back out of it pretty painlessly.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, I was sweating a little bit there, but it was totally fine, but yeah, that's kind of like what I sort of wanted to tell you all was like, yeah, these things are going to happen. This is like nobody's fault. It's like this is what happens when code gets merged in and your feature branch isn't up to date with what's happening on main. Yeah, these are very common occurrences. Happens to, it happens to me like at least once a week.
Oh wow. Okay. So it's pretty common.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that. I do have a question.
Sure.
I worked on an open source project over the summer, and I started to encounter some issues where it would show like my branch was like, I don't know, 12 commits ahead and 5 behind or something. Was it something having to do with rebasing is the reason why I was showing
Yeah. I mean, that sounds like it could be something to do with the fact that the main branch had worked, it's very similar to what happened here. The main branch that was pushed to it, and your feature branch that you were working on did not contain those changes.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
And this is something that depending on when you and Mariah created your working branch, this is something that you may have to look out for also.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, more than likely, I'm sure we probably will encounter the same thing.
Yep. And it is like, again, just ping one of us, or Weston now is an expert on it, so he can definitely help you out. But yeah, if you do encounter that in Slack, just ping the channel and we'll hop on and talk about it.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had a question.
Sure.
Because I don't really do rebase. Anyways, but so I hopped out, but when I hopped back in, what was the reason? Because with Weston's fatal message, it said he was not on branch. Was he?
Yeah, it's the detached head thing,
Oh, it's
and I
the
can't
head thing.
remember
Okay.
what that is. It's like it involves like yeah, it just involves a different command, and I didn't have the syntax for that one. Yeah, I'm actually not as familiar with what that means as some of the other reasons why rebasing wouldn't work.
Okay.
I've definitely backed out of rebasing a bunch just using the git rebase -- abort command. It's like, okay, I know I can run this and just sort of like forget everything I just did, you know?
No, I like when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's actually good to know about the abort command.
Mhm.
Because I was like, I've heard of like the pointing of the head, and it gets a little tricky.
Yep.
But
Yep.
okay.
I'm pretty sure that yeah, and I'm pretty sure that the abort works for merges as well. So you can
Oh,
run
okay.
git merge -- abort, and if there's something wrong with a merge that you're trying to do, it's just like really wonky. Just like want to back out of it. You can do it that way also.
So just for myself, a recap. So rebase didn't work as planned. So what Weston did was just kind of went back, but then did the git pull to get the most current code, and then accepted
Yeah.
both changes, right, of the
Mhm.
two
So
branches, and then he just redid the whole save, push, commit.
mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. What we started with was Weston made sure that his local main branch had contained the current changes from the remote, right? So
Okay.
that was like the git the pull from main
Pull.
originally.
Okay.
And then what you want to do is you want to be on your working branch and either merge or rebase, whichever strategy you're going to use, right? Since rebase wasn't working for us, we backed out of rebasing, so that kind of like unstaged all those changes that we were trying to pull in.
Okay.
And then we merged in changes instead.
Okay.
And that's what worked for us.
Got it. All right. I just wanted to recap, making sure that I was kind of getting the bigger picture of what y'all did. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, I really appreciate you working through this, because I think this was a really very clear way to do it. And I also appreciate you walking me through the UI version of committed, because that made it all pretty simple.
Yeah, I think that may have been another thing that I forgot that I do with rebasing, is I kind of do both like command line and the VS Code UI. So there may have been a step that I forgot that I did there, and why rebase wasn't working, or I'm not sure. I'll probably check out the video again and see like where I went wrong, or but yeah. But the good thing is like your working branch is up to date with main now, and your pull request should be good to go.
All right. Cool. I will stop recording, and I don't know where to post this. Let me think about it.
Okay.
But yeah, thank you so much, Viet, and then Weston, to allow us to kind of like see how everything was going, and let me just to watch.
Yeah, thanks for driving, Weston. I'm glad to.
Sure. Yeah, I'm glad that we caught my chaotic "I need to leave, oh I don't need to leave" all as part of the screen recording.
It's all right. That's life. That's what we all gotta work with. It wasn't a big deal. All right, I'm gonna stop recording.